Hi and welcome to MYP Design Roadmap, where I will briefly explain the MYP design cycle criterion A, B, C, and D. Let's start the show. So criterion A, inquiring and analyzing, has four parts. A1, explain and justify the need. A2, identify and prioritize research. A3, analyze existing products. And A4, develop a design brief. As you can see, it is the same structure than all subsequent criteria. So each criteria will have four parts. Criterion B, develop a design specification. Develop design ideas, present the chosen design, and develop or plan drawing diagrams. Criterion C, creating the solution. Construct a logical plan, demonstrate technical skills, follow the plan to create the solution, and justify changes made to the design. Finally, criterion D, evaluating. D1, design testing methods. D2, evaluate the success of a solution. D3, explain how the solutions improved. And D4, explain the impact of the solution. I will add timestamps here so it is easy for you to jump between the different criterions where I explain them a little bit more in detail. Remember to use the command terms. I've linked them up here so that you can check my video about the command terms and what are the design specific descriptions. You will also have your own copy of the design command terms in Google Classroom. Criterion A, inquiring and analyzing. Explain and justify the need. A1. Provide a detailed explanation of the problem you are going to solve. Use evidence from your research to justify the need for a solution. Use citations. There must be evidence that the student has identified the following. So these are the questions you need to be able to answer. What is the problem? Whose problem is it? Where is the problem occurring? What is the cause of the problem? And what effect is it having? A2, identify and prioritize research. You should put your research question into a table so that you can clearly prioritize it and also check that you are using a range of different source types, primary and secondary. Make sure that you are using the SMART framework, that your questions are linked to the design problem, that they are measurable, that you are using a variety of source types, that they are attainable, that you actually are getting the information that you need, that they are relevant, that they lead you to answers about the solution that you are making so that you can understand the problem or the needs of your client, and that they are time bound, that you can actually find and get the answers before you start developing your ideas any further and your product. Analyze existing products. You need to analyze a range of products focusing on the following, which are aesthetics, cost, clients, environment, size, safety, function, and materials. and we call this Access FM. Finally, A4, you need to develop a design brief. You need to summarize clearly the results of the range of your research and how the information that you have found out will influence your solution. In your coherent design brief, which is in paragraph form, you need to connect to clients' needs and how your solution or your product is going to solve the problem or the challenge and some or any potential constraints, time, materials, budget, etc. You need to show what you are making. Imagine that you are trying to win a client on your side and you will need their approval to get this done. Criterion B, developing ideas. B1, develop design specifications. A list of smart specifications created using Access FM. Now, your specification must be based on the problem you're trying to solve, the client's wishes and needs, and should be informed by the research completed in Criterion A, including the analyzing the existing products. Please note that you do not need to be laid out like Access FM, but you should check each element is included. B2, develop design ideas. Explore several different ideas which meet all or nearly all the specifications and are all possible solutions. The design should be clear for others to understand without you explaining it. If the quality of the drawing makes it difficult or impossible to interpret the design, then the students would achieve a lower band score. Annotation should give a brief account of each design, which includes information about materials used. B3, present the chosen design. Choose an appropriate design idea and fully and critically evaluate it against all of the specifications, justifying why you chose it. You may wish to survey peers or test the design prototype with another method. For a physical solution, a three-dimensional presentation drawing showing color and texture of the materials with the detailed annotation that describe the key features of the design, the what, the why, and the how. For a digital solution, detailed comparison of design ideas with the concise justification of your chosen design, comparing against the target market, design specification, and design brief. A storyboard. B4, develop the planning drawings or diagrams or storyboards. You need to develop clear drawings to show each step of creating your final product or solution. Include dimension, color, material. In storyboards, it should be a narrative. It should be angles. It should be shots. It should be dialogue. It must be accurately drawn so that the manufacturer could create the physical or digital solution independently. Criterion C, creating the solution. C1, construct a logical plan. Construct a clear, logical plan which includes materials and time needed to make the finished product. C2, demonstrate technical skills. Students should take photographs or screenshots of their different stages of making the final product, which demonstrate their technical skills. Photographs or screenshots should be clearly annotated. The level of your technical skill can be determined using the following two factors: the complexity of skill demonstrated and the level of guidance needed. C3. Follow the plan to create the solution. Students should show that they have followed their plan to create the solution, which functions as intended and is presented appropriately. Evidence includes photographs of the final product being used as intended. Ideally, these photographs will show the client or target audience using the product. C4. Justify any changes made to the design. Give valid reasons or evidence for any changes made to the chosen design and plan when making the solution. Criterion D. Evaluating. D1. Design testing methods. Designed detailed smart testing methods to evaluate the product against the design specifications from B1. Types of testing include user trial and observation. You could be looking at user friendliness. You could look at field or performance test, or consumer testing, or an authentic test. The tests are relevant to the project and are completed by appropriate testers to gain high quality quantitative and qualitative feedback. D2. Evaluate the success of the solution. The student is able to evaluate the success of the product using information gathered from their observations and testing. Evaluation is linked to the design problem and the design specifications from B1. Explain how to improve the solution. Give a detailed account, 300 words maximum, including reasons or causes how the solution should be improved. Evidence could be annotated sketches or written text to explain improvements. And finally, D4. Explain the impact of the solution. You should be able to explain the impact of the client or to the target audience, including reasons and causes. You should summarize the key points from your testing, and you must reference the design situation and the target audience. Also, what you have to look at is how is it going to be solving the problem? Is it going to improve the client's or target audience's situation? To what extent has the design brief from A4 been met? And are there any negative effects that the solution could have? Now, after you watch this video, you are able to go and look into the deep dive of each of the criterions with the subsequent videos that were linked here and here. Have a great design project.